In the heart of a sunlit savanna, where tall grasses swayed like golden waves and ancient baobab trees watched over the land, lived an elephant who believed he was the greatest creature ever created. His footsteps shook the ground, his trumpet echoed across the plains, and he carried himself with a confidence so heavy that even the wind seemed to bow to him. Every morning he strode through the forest, swinging his trunk proudly, reminding the smaller animals how large and mighty he was. To him, size meant power. And power meant respect or fear. One hot afternoon, the elephant marched toward the river, thirsty from his long walk. Without looking down, he crushed a small hill beneath his foot. The tiny mound crumbled instantly, sending thousands of ants scattering in panic. The elephant laughed loudly. "Look how small you are. A single step and your whole world disappears. What can creatures like you ever do?" His voice thundered. Dust rose. Leaves trembled. The ants gathered around the ruins of their home, tunnels smashed, rooms collapsed, eggs destroyed. What was once a thriving colony had turned into rubble under one careless foot. Their queen emerged, not shaken, but determined. "This is not the end," she said. "We are small, but we are many. And together, we are stronger than he knows." The ants whispered among themselves, anger burning hotter than the afternoon sun. Their home was gone. Their pride was wounded. But their unity had never been stronger. They followed the elephant as he continued toward the river, each tiny footstep carrying resolve. The elephant never once looked back. In his mind, creatures so small were harmless, invisible. Not worth a thought. But the ant climbed his leg. Then his belly. Then his ears. Then his trunk. Suddenly the elephant felt the first bite. Sharp, quick, surprising. Before he could react, another bite followed. Then another. And another. Within seconds his entire body tingled with thousands of tiny stings. He screamed. He shook. He stomped, roared, and crashed into bushes trying to rid himself of the crawling army. But the ants held on, biting in unison, each small effort joining into one mighty force. The elephant, who moments ago laughed at the ants, now ran wildly through the forest, crying out, begging the pain to stop. The same ground that trembled under his pride now trembled under his fear. Only when he reached the river did the ants release him, climbing down and returning to the forest, calm, united, and victorious. The elephant sank into the cool water, shivering from shock. His pride washed away with every ripple. After several minutes he whispered to himself, "Maybe strength is not in size. Maybe power is not in being feared. Maybe I was wrong." When he returned to the forest, he walked with new eyes that finally saw the world below him. For the first time, he bowed his head and said softly, "Forgive me." The ants rebuilt their home, stronger and deeper than before. And though the elephant remained the biggest creature in the savannah, he was no longer the loudest. He now walked with humility, knowing that even the smallest can rise when they stand together. And so the savannah learned a lesson that echoed across generations. When unity speaks, even giants tremble. See you in the next video.